Welcome back to another video. This one is another 7.3 video, so this is 7.3.2. It's on the path where you're mainly using skill champions. They have the chance to be overcharged, which makes them either passively stunned if you hit them into the block while they're in the unblockable phase, or if you hit them in the block while they're in the shock phase, then you get a shock back on yourself. So as you can see in the team, I brought almost all skill champions that I thought could deal with this path in some way. Oh, it also has Limber on it as well, so you have to watch out for your parries. I start off here with Aegon on Red Hulk. I decided that this would be a good fight to try and get at least around 100 combo saved up, so in case I need Aegon for any future fights. Anyone that's done the Labyrinth has had to have done Red Hulk a few times. So it shouldn't be a too difficult fight. It's mainly just watch out for him catching you on the dash back when he's unblockable, and obviously not smacking into his block when he's got the shock, unless you've got a high enough combo to shrug off the shocks quite quickly. When they're stunned, so when you either parry them or whether they're passively stunned from hitting into the block in the unblockable phase, you actually get a 200% attack rating because of the stun vulnerability that's on this node. So that's nice. As you can see there, I managed to catch him while I was unblockable, passively stun him. And yeah, this Red Hulk's basically just bait out special ones. I prefer the special 1 and special 2. A lot of people can do both specials. Most of the time I can do both specials, but after Hulk the other day, it's probably best not taking any chances, because a 5-star Aegon, it's going to hurt quite quickly, especially with Red Hulk being on the 10 charges. So here I back away just so I didn't push them to special 2. I was kind of just wanting to get them a little bit active again and start trying to bait the special 1 to carry on the fight. Because very soon I'll hit the 100 hits on the combo for Aegon, so that my tenacity will be enhanced, and then it'll be trying to get to 150 so I can crit more often. So there I went to try and hit his block, ended up getting an intercept anyway, so that was quite nice, and we just carry on. So as you can see there, the tenacity, we got the notification that the tenacity upgrades sort of happen now, so I just need to try and keep my combo. If you really wanted here, what you could do is you could sort of, I'm trying to think of the word now, you can charge the heavy attack and let it go unstoppable, get the Furies that Red Hulk will do while you still got your combo shield active, and then do a lot more damage. But I just decided it wasn't worth the risk and to just carry on this way, because Red Hulk's already below half now. And this is where you'll start to see more damage coming through. Aegon's a very slow champion to ramp up, but once he's ramped up, he's arguably the best champion in the game. You've just got to ramp them up to a high enough combo to whatever you see fit. I won't get him to 300 because that's when you'll see the next big set of yellow numbers come up when you hit the Fury every time. But as you can see there, because Red Hulk was stunned, I was hitting 8k mediums, which isn't bad. I do have a rank 3 Aegon, but he's just not as high sig as the rank 5 currently. Or else I would have brought them in just in case I needed to. Again, it was more about carrying the combo over in this one in case I needed it for future fights, rather than actually just trying to do damage. And yeah, Red Hulk I think drops on this special 1, so just over 200 hits. And yeah, so that's the Red Hulk fight, the first fight of this path down. Here, it's a long shot. Probably the champion that I've died most to in Alliance War, him or Mojo. And that's pretty bad because I normally end up using Human Torch, who's meant to be the Mystic Killer. But yeah, long shot has caught me out a couple of times. So here, I decided to go with Crossbones because I'm like, right, I'm just going to shrug off all the shocks. I'll just keep smacking into long shot's block. I'll try and deal with I'll try and dodge and dex the special 2, maybe take it into the block if needed. And as you can see there, the start of the fight goes well. I'm shrugging off the stuns and the shocks, and I'm starting to do some decent numbers. Here, I carry on attacking them, I push them to 2 bars, and I just drop my block. And yeah, against a long shot, that's an instant death. So you can't do that. So one of my ideas to deal with this long shot had gone. I just thought it'd be nice to put some Crossbones gameplay in, but Kabam and my stupidity had other ideas for that. So here I'm just going to use Nick Fury now. And as soon as I started using Nick and we got into the unblockable phase, I realised just how good Nick was going to be for this path. He absolutely killed it. So if you have a 5-star or a 6-star, they'll be absolutely fine for this, and you'll see in a second when I hit into the block and get the passive stuns here. The bleed damage is just incredible. Longshot's health just drops so quick. I decide now to bait special 1s just because it's probably a little bit safer than taking another special 2 to the face. Take a few hits. You can take a few hits to the block. Nick's got good block proficiency, and like I said before, the attack rating on most of these 7.3 defenders isn't horrendous. I missed my dexterity there. I'm trying now to make him block so that I can get the passive stuns and do so much more damage. Here I go for it once more. I'll bait this special 1. Special 2 now, I think, sorry. I think I just take it to the block. Yeah, it's just like I'm not taking a risk. Tried to retaliate it, but must have been a little bit just too slow. Just waiting now. Waiting for the shock phase to run out. Now he's unblockable. I'm just going to do this and then throw the special 2. Again, just wait and now finish Longshot off with this combo. So even in the first life, as you saw there, Nick deals with these pretty easily. If you've got a 5-star and a 6-star, like I said, you could probably just run the path with both. I know a lot of people have said good things about Kingpin and Moleman. Sadly, I don't have either of them as a 6-star. I wouldn't mind getting either of them. They'd probably go to rank 3 straight away. But I just don't have them yet. So, yeah, I couldn't do that path with them, unfortunately. Because I think Kingpin and Hood pretty much guarantees like the constant shock, shrug off, and then you can just kind of constantly just keep whacking people, bait the specials, and just do massive, massive damage. I imagine if you get Nick into the second life for this, it'd be pretty easy. I'd say the main thing to watch out for in this Joe Fixit fight, as you kind of saw there, was that if he goes unblockable, I believe his special 1 will also be unblockable. So just beware of the timings on the cycle between the shock and the unblockable phase. But I get a nice little intercept there. And you can see Joe Fixit's health just dropped completely, like 40 hits and is down to a quarter of his health. So it's not, these fights don't take long, especially not when you've figured the nodes out and actually play it to the advantages like this. I believe in a second, yeah, I'll throw the special 1 just to finish them off. And 58 hits, and that's the fight done. Carrying on where we left off there, so Nick Fury, I'm now going to use them against Heimdall. I looked there to use Aegon and build up the combo again, but I thought, no, there's no point, just in case, because Heimdall can auto-block after a special attack. So I just thought I'll just get through it quick with Nick, let the bleeds do all the damage as they have been in the last few fights. And bait special 1s. Do not push Heimdall to a special 2. It's a bad idea. So they're the auto blocks, but because they're in the unblockable phase, and I've hit them into the block, they're then passively stunned. So that all ended up working out in my favour. He's not a bad defender overall. He's just, there's no nodes that really make Heimdall great on defense at the moment. They used to catch a lot of people out when they used to put on the extra auto block chances nodes. It used to be on like path 3 in section 2 or whatever it was on the old war map that used to occasionally catch people out. But yeah, you don't really see anyone since the flow wars actually placing Heimdall anymore. And as you see here, the health's going down, just trying to bait out a special one. Eventually he throws it. So now he's unblockable, so even if he auto blocks me, I'm still laughing. Realistically, I probably should have only thrown the special 2 once they were starting to be passively stunned. But I was just trying to get the fights done and get out of there. The last fight's the concerning one, which is the new Scarlet Witch, or Sigil Witch, as people are calling them. They seem to be a little bit of a hit and miss as to whether the fight goes well or not. It all depends on the instabilities, and I believe Scarlet Witch gets them from throwing the special ones. And then it kind of becomes more of a RNG fight of, are you unblockable, are they unblockable, do they get Furies, do you get Furies? And then obviously, as you've seen from other YouTubers' videos, the special 3 and special 2 can hit quite hard and hurt if it actually catches you. Ragnarok, before we hit the main event, which is the Scarlet Witch, and as you can see here, Nick Fury's done a few fights now. Still way above over half health even in the first life. Hulk Ragnarok's a little bit weird and different. Not an awful defender. Just got to be wary of the smash, and if he's unblockable, if he starts smashing around, or if he starts throwing specials. As you can see there, a smash was coming, he was unblockable, I just didn't read it very well. Then got clapped by a special one, which put me into the second life. So this is kind of what I was, in the moment that I was waiting for, especially with Nick. So if you go into the second life, you obviously get the naturally huge Fury buff that comes with it. And yeah, as you can see there, when they're stunned and when everything else works out, Nick's damage is crazy. It just starts throwing constant, like 10k mediums and stuff. So yeah, we're coming up to the Scarlet Witch now, the final fight on the path. Again, I'm going to use Nick Fury, just because he's done everything else almost, apart from the Red Hulk, and probably could have done that fight too. Let's just let him go wild. So here, I'm just going to try and, if I can, not let her throw any specials. You'll have like, I can't remember how many parries it probably is. You've probably got like 5 or 6 maybe till you're struggling. So once she goes into the unblockable phase here, I'm just trying to make a block so I can hit into it. And just start ticking the damage down. I thought I had a special there, I threw a special one, and yeah, luckily it killed her. So that's the path done. Again, no items used, just one easy death on Crossbones. Thanks for watching.